Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy back again, hanging out with my buddy the Minion. Obviously, I've been very busy in here. Top of a diamond. We're going to continue this. We're going to take this pitch, like that was a roof line, and we're going to invert it to here. And then we're going to come off of that and go this way. We're going to keep going with the same angles. I'm going to get into this. We're going to get into that big time. What do we have? What's going on? What do we have? I have these. These are all north facing out, and there's a core there, a laminated core with a coil. Nothing's hooked up, but it's the magnetic field from the magnet to the iron core. You have induction there, so it's making the wheel taunt. Okay, same thing down here, but it's just a smaller diameter wheel, and it's got it in. You can see it's very responsive. Now, what I did was I took this one, I believe is south, and this one's north, and the whole video here is going to be when you take the field. When I had the field on top of each other directly, nothing really was going on. But when I've taken the field, remember, these are two different poles. So there's a magnetic field here, and these are humongous neodymium 52s. These are all 52s. These are 1-inch squares, and these are just crazy big. These things are monsters. So I have them in the perfect position to kind of start showing you a little something, okay? I've been messing with for a couple weeks. I'm just going to teeter both of those a little bit. Let's see if they're going to respond. Now, remember, there's a couple things going on here. You got your torque that's going on between these two magnets, and then you have your induction to the laminated core. You see that bottom? It's reacting not only to the induction to the core, but to the spring-like position of where I have the top and bottom magnets. I have them positioned where they're spread apart at a certain degree. And we're going to go ahead and just turn the top one. And let's see if there's any movement in the bottom one. You can see it's don't like being by itself. Let's go ahead and turn the bottom one just a little bit. Now remember, there's 8 magnets on top and bottom. Now watch this wheel. Watch this wheel react to the induction on top and bottom. And watch it react to itself as a spring on the inside. You see its position when one goes, you see how it's reacting? All right, let's go ahead and turn it the opposite way. It's picking up speed. Listen to it. It's picking up speed. It's picking up speed. Listen to it. Slowing down. So at a certain RPM, it seemed to progress aggressively faster. And then it lost its inertia somewhere. Now remember, we have counter rotating, we have induction. The coil's not even hooked up. There's nothing in play other than the fact that it's iron, and the same here. Now we spun the top counterclockwise. Now look at the bottom. Watch them react to each other. Watch this. All right. So we did the top going counterclock. Let's go ahead and let's start with the bottom this time. So the bottom, that's going to go counter. This is going to go counter. So we're going to spin the bottom. Now watch the top. The top is shaking. It's shaking. And this is reaction from those two magnets in the middle. Now, we're not even talking about the outside field lines. We're going to get into that. Look how that induction right there is keeping it. It's keeping it. So if I lessen the induction, we're going to get spin here. All right. So let's go ahead and turn this the opposite way. Watch this. Picking up, the bottom wheel's picking up speed. I think it's trying to catch up to the diameter of the field that's coming out here. If you think about this wheel here is all aluminum. Even the rim and the spokes would be metal, but the aluminum rim. Okay, so you have magnetic field north, you have magnetic field south on the inside of the magnet. So that makes the whole rim itself, it's a conductor. So there's no magnetic field there, but it turns into a paramagnetic situation, I believe. And then you have your iron spokes to the core, the hub, and that becomes the opposite pole. So that means if this right here, look at this thing, turn it by itself. If this thing here is north outside, south is on this side, you're going to have another pole created, and that's going to be north in the middle in natural way. I call it natural because it's the progression of how the different metals are. This one here is north outside as well and south on the inside, except for this is all steel. Everything here is steel. So there is no conductor in the middle. Do I notice a difference? Yes. What we're noticing here is the different size of the wheel diameter of the one on top versus the one on bottom is like taking a spring and not only pulling the spring apart, but also turning it. So you're giving it a little torque, and that torque is showing up on the bottom here. So let's go ahead and turn this counterclockwise, and let's go ahead and turn this clockwise, and listen to the bottom one. You can hear that. That's taken off because of the upper field above it and the tension that's in between those two magnets. Remember, one is north, one is south. So they're constantly wanting to pull each other, but they're off. I would call that out of phasing. They're not, phase would be straight and perpendicular to each other. And this is, to me, is like just taking the field and Let's see what I got in here. Taking the field and kind of moving it over. What the heck? Who robbed me? There's nothing in there. Alrighty. There's one. Woo! I got two in this one. An empty one. Let's take a peek here and let's just see if this magnetic film is going to show the field lines. Go across the top. I'll stretch it this way. So you can see, well, get that light out of the way. So you can see there, there's your compression. So if you guys leave your comments, do any of you guys know about dynamos? And the difference between dynamos and generators? And I got to give a shout out to my boy Scott from Made by One Man. Give a shout out to my boy AAA Clay. My boy Nightbot. My boy Angel. Jason. Terry Woodruff. Ryan from Tesla Explorer, and Bill from Renew. That's his channel.